Hey everybody, it's Friday Morning Movie Reviews. I'm Los Angel.
I'm Nathan CK.
And the Lego Movie we both really like.
Part 2.
And this is the Lego Movie Part 2. You cut me off there. I was leading somewhere. The second part is directed by Mike Mitchell.
Yep.
Right? Is written by Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Right.
Who did the first movie. And I like this movie. I've seen it twice now. I do think the first one is considerably better.
Yeah.
It's not like a Wreck-It Ralph situation where the first one's up here and the second one's like good, but still down here.
Yeah.
This one I feel like better than that movie. It's good, but it's not quite. I feel like the first one had a lot more humor and jokes that geared towards older audiences, and this one is definitely for the younger kids.
Yeah, and I agree with that as well. And we still have the same character. We have Chris Pratt's character,
Elizabeth Banks, Will Arnett, Tiffany Haddish joins the cast.
Yeah, as the
as Queen, whatever I want to be.
But yeah, I definitely think it hits towards this younger audience more. And then of course we already know it kind of since we do know that kind of the people are controlling, like
it breaks the fourth wall of their universe.
It does, yeah.
Not of directly looking at the camera to us, although Batman does a couple times. Yeah, it
but I think that ruins. I mean, it doesn't ruin, but since you already know, I mean, there was such a great not knowing of what was going on in the first one.
Okay.
Whereas now you start off and you have these little phrases like the Sistar system and stuff like that, where you kind of and you can kind of figure out, throughout like the half part and like middle of the movie, what's really going on.
Yeah,
I think that kind of hurts it. But I mean, it doesn't mean that I love the story a little bit and the action.
I loved it a little bit.
A little bit.
I loved it just a little bit.
But everything else was clicking. I thought there was really good humor throughout the movie. But there's this part in the beginning where they're in like this Mad Max.
The movie did not spend enough time.
I know
me.
they didn't. Yes,
I wanted. Because they're selling this movie as Mad Max, the Lego movie, and this movie only Mad Max is for like 10 minutes.
I don't even think that much, like maybe even 7.
Well, whatever. I do think the humor isn't as constant as the first one was. And I remember watching the first one and feeling like this thing is going a million miles an hour. This one here, for sure, it has its peaks and valleys. Like, you can tell when it slows down. I do think there are too many songs. I don't think the songs
I don't think the first one had any songs.
Well, everything's awesome.
Well, that was not really like.
Well, that was the main.
I know, but
it wasn't
like a musical where they stop the movie and then they all kind of come together and they sing.
They do that a bunch.
And that's where I think the younger audience comes into play a little bit, and I don't really think that needed to be.
As far as the humans interacting with it, I liked it. We didn't see that at all in Lego Batman or Ninjago.
Right.
I like that they added on to that in here. And that was the emotional core of the movie for me. That's when the movie was really working really well.
Yeah.
I will say this movie really comes to play in the last act, as opposed to the first two, where I feel like we're on our standard adventure. And the third act of this movie is what kind of saved it for me.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to the real world stuff and the emotion, the sibling, that really touched me. And Stephanie Beatrice, who voices General Mayhem, she has like one scene, like, you know what I'm talking about, where she hits you emotionally, and I'm like, I'm at work getting choked up, like, thinking about her performance, those lines she delivered, the weight. And I do like it. This is like I don't know how much money this movie costs, but millions and millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars spent on a movie about how different genders play with toys growing up.
Yep.
That's amazing to me. So I did like it overall. And like that, isn't that when you think about it, like someone saw the script, oh, it's about this and that, and learning to work together, and I like that a lot. It does get convoluted at points, I think. But overall, I do really like this movie.
Yeah, I mean, besides the points that, we kind of listed here, I think it does a great job. I mean, it's still a really great movie. Like, it's...
Emotionally, for me, it's more satisfying than the first movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's rate this.
I'm going to do 3.9, guys. 3.9, yeah.
I'm gonna go 3.7.
Okay.
Just underneath. Yeah, but overall, I'm gonna buy this movie.
2. Hopefully the third one.
Ooh, that box office though, not looking good. Ooh,
I don't know when it's gonna. I mean, there's not. I wonder if it comes out in February again. I mean, it's probably gonna do pretty well.
This one did half of what the first one did, and that's not good, dude. Yeah. Maybe too many Lego movies.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have done Lego Ninjago. Maybe not. We'll keep Batman. Alright, guys, that's the review.
Like, comment, subscribe.